Harper, I know you wrote about this for the SNY website. What made Manaea appealing to the Mets?
Yeah, he's an interesting guy, Sal. He kind of reinvented himself as a pitcher last year. He went to the Driveline Academy up in Seattle, kind of famous in baseball circles, and they managed to add a couple of miles to his fastball, MPH, and he got up to 94 last year. Kind of changed from a sinker, changeup guy to more of a four-seam thrown at the top of the zone, and he developed a sweeper to go with it that was he really did well against hitters. Didn't start throwing out till midseason, so he was in the bullpen for the Giants a lot of the year. But at the end of the year, he made 4 starts, looked really good. So there's a feeling among baseball people, talk to some scouts, think that if he can maintain that, if this is who he is now, and better command, he was really good with his control in September as well, that he could be a guy who has upside and could be better than what his career numbers have been.
Yeah, it's the upside that's interesting, right? Because when he has that 2-year deal with the opt-out, that's now where things get interesting, because if he pitches well, that's good for him, and it's good for the Mets.
Yeah.
Now, it could be good for the Mets in a way that could set them up for long-term, even though this is a short-term deal, because if the Mets are in a position where they're not as competitive at the trade deadline, who doesn't want a big lefty on the mound for them if he's throwing well? So you could pick up some prospects, enhance the system, the lineup, whatever it may be that he's worth. On the the flip side of that, if he doesn't do well, it's kind of bad for everyone. I mean, that's worst case scenario. But I think because of that upside, that's why the signing is intriguing.
It is.
Because of the changes he's made, the uptick in velo, adding the sweeper. I actually saw, too, that he didn't throw the sweeper as a starter and only the slider. He went back to his old slider, so there's questions, could he now implement that when he starts and use it more consistently, because it was effective when he used it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there is upside there, but the question is,
about it all.
Can he maintain that? That's the thing.
It's a solid sign for the Mets are at right now, what they're trying to do with their rotation. He is one name that actually got me excited about the possibilities in that Mets rotation. Let's make the call to the bullpen and welcome in Sarah Lang. Sarah, you had mentioned Manaea as a possible fit for the Mets back in November. Why do you like this signing so much for the Mets?
I did, and first of all, I like it because I suggested, as you said. I also like it because, as Harper and Elise were saying, he had a really good kind of career year in a couple of different ways last year. You mentioned the velo, Harper, of course, going to Driveline. He had this highest strikeout rate of his career and allowed his lowest hard hit rate. He's a guy who is still figuring it out, and I kind of like that because we'll see what Jeremy Hefner can do with him and what he wants to learn in this situation. The other thing about him, he's a really fun player to watch, and that's not on a stat, but you see it. You see how fired up he gets, and I like adding that emotion to this rotation as well.